Until it gets.
That way I can put it up on YouTube.
Full of trash,
Okay.
everything. but-
Do we have?
I think the Roberts.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody?
Do we have a quorum?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we do.
No.
And here comes Jerry. And
There we
here
go.
comes Jerry. All
I
right,
think it only takes.
Hi, Jerry, how you doing?
can you see if there's anybody attending via Zoom?
This participants one.
Okay,
which is us.
all right, I will call the meeting to order.
Were you trying to text me?
Nope,
No.
no, I wasn't, no. I figured you were coming and you'd go, what, you wanna sit here?
You could be on camera.
Yeah. Here we go, you're gonna be on camera. So I will call a meeting to order, roll call attendance.
Scott,
Here.
Robert,
Here.
Margaret,
Here.
Diane. Patrick. Jerry,
Here.
Christina, and Bonnie.
Here, so we definitely have a quorum, that's good. Approval of the minutes of the February 13 meeting.
There's somebody on the meeting room.
Oh, somebody's joining us, okay, maybe it's Patrick, can we check to see if it's Patrick getting him?
It is Patrick. Where do you? See the blue button at the top?
Patrick, you there?
6 million bucks. I think I needed.
Patrick, welcome.
And then if you click on the video at the top,
With the storm tomorrow.
There'll
they might
be a little
able to
thing that says
together if
pin
They wanna go pick it up.
where the three dots are.
Let me get up there.
I can't see upside down with that, with my
Sorry.
glasses.
You should be sitting here.
This is great.
Yeah,
Hi, Patrick.
hi, Patrick.
Greetings and salutations.
Hi, and we'll mark
There
you
you go.
in attendance.
Where are you now, Patrick?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay, nice.
Great.
I get screwed up with the time change. For some reason, I put this meeting in my calendar. And although my phone updates, my calendar doesn't update to central time. So I get
That's
the
weird.
alert when the meeting's all over.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
no, well, you made it this time.
Yeah, I tried to foil, my brain is working tonight.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
That puts us in trouble.
Now, who said that?
Jerry.
Jerry.
All right, Jerry.
Lively
Hey, payback.
debates.
Payback's a bitch, Jerry. I'll be back home shortly.
Okay.
We're probably gonna have lively debates. This is good. This is a good thing. Approval of the minutes of February 13th, 2023 in your packet. There's copies down there or they
I
were
can't
sent to you
vote anyway, I
online.
did read the next.
I'm over here, Bill, my room.
All right, Jerry makes a motion to approve them. Is there a second?
A second.
Margaret seconds. It, any corrections, errors, changes of any sort? Okay,
Happy with all this work, we could probably. That's it.
Kathy,
That's it.
Kathy,
I just keep saving them.
Who, me?
The roll call.
Me, I have to abstain. I wasn't there.
All right, Patrick abstains.
Me too, same reason.
Robert abstains.
Okay, so, Scott,
I wasn't here.
oh, okay,
Was that-
Margaret.
Yes.
Patrick abstains, Jerry,
So.
Approve.
and Bonnie.
Yes,
Oh, it's another.
okay.
You have to take stock of the paper.
We've approved the minutes. Scott, do you have any reports for us?
No, just tell me tomorrow. No discussion of.
You can take one of each one of these categories if you want.
We're just finalizing like 5 grants next week or two. Right, and a lot, it does have to do with planning, because a lot of them are, capital improvement plans for water system, sewer system and all.
Good, we want to
And
get.
there'll be some public hearings for public input before we get going.
So that supplied funding for designing things that could become shovel ready?
No, this is seeing what we need to do in the future. You know what I mean? What areas in town are gonna need which service, look at the infrastructure we already have, where we should go over the next 10 or 15 years. So there'll be public hearings before we even get going on any of it. The grant just got funded, so. And then we go in for the design phase, you know,
Right,
and there is money for that too, but you have to do this first,
right.
so.
Well, that's good
We've got
news.
about 120,000, 30,000. It's expensive for these engineering
Yeah,
studies.
I
It's
know, yeah.
ridiculous. We're doing one for water, one for wastewater, one for stormwater. All,
Well, that's all good news, because all of our vision meetings, guess what? Guess what we're talking about? You know,
Yeah. Oh, sure.
infrastructure.
Yep.
And you know, that's gonna be a big
know,
determining factor of
and on
what's
the-
in town.
a lot of you folks are gonna probably want to go to those.
Absolutely,
meetings, you know.
absolutely.
That's part of it, is a lot of public input. To the, you know, the people running the grants and stuff like that, so.
Awesome. Well, that's a good start. Yeah, and we'll try to go, because that we're identifying as something very, very important to consider.
Another
In
thing
the master
to
plan.
consider is utility and communication lines.
Yep.
We're gonna open the ground, and put sewer lines in,
Sure,
water
should think
lines,
about it.
put
Yeah.
some conduits in for those things
Yeah.
too.
And we've got, you know, I think on the. We've got a grant to do upgrade the sewer of the. Pump station on Route 112, which so that'll take care of any development on Route 112. So we have that grant money, plus we have enough money in the capital reserve to cover that. Before any tap fees, so we got half of it covered by the North Country, what do they call that, Northern Borders? Grants, so
Yeah,
it was half
Northern
covered by
Borders,
that, so.
yeah.
That'll cover the. Anything on our Marshall Road, which is probably the first thing that's gonna get developed.
Well, we're happy to hear that. Well, because we identified that as something very, very.
Yeah.
And you know, the wastewater treatment plant, we just got through with all the upgrades there, all the energy upgrades and things down there, and then, we're upgrading all the wells, and that'll be done. It's pretty much all done now, so.
Awesome. So we'll be looking for copies of those.
Sure, well,
Like
the well thing is all, yeah, that's all. Those are things we're already doing, so the wastewater treatment's still got the upgrades. What, the wells have got the upgrades so that we can actually, run both wells variably and, you know, things like that, so it's all good things that happen, but it took forever to do it because. You can't get the parts, you can't do this, you can't do, it's taken a year to do that.
Has all that lost water been found?
I believe it has, we think. Well, we're gonna know better when we get the actual. With this new system we have, you'll get the actual gallons going through the pipe instead of this. Formula on how long the pumps run and how much water they should pump, and instead, this is gonna tell us exactly how much water is pumped. And we found like 3 major leaks over the last year, so
Wow,
I'm hopeful it's gonna be like. Very close, we'll know soon, that's
Good.
next billing.
that is very good news.
So, but it's all pretty good news there. We really need another person on the public works. Department. There's nobody applying. It's kind of sad.
Right on the person on the.
On the public works, yeah, there's only 2 people that do all our plowing, take care of the things. Shoveling and everything else, so we need a
It's
third.
just Mike and the Mike.
Yeah, we need a full-time third. And then they usually do hire someone part-time in the summertime, but. We need, and if they get sick or something, it's gonna be bad. So, but we haven't had any applications either. And the rate, I think, is up to, I don't know, 24 or so an hour. or something.
Well, we're lucky we haven't had that much snow this winter too.
Yeah, well, that's all good news.
It's all really smooth right now. Kathy's a big help. Reach
She
Judy up for
is.
other things, you know, so.
She sure is. Sure
She's
is.
made our job a lot easier.
Yeah. And I hope nobody thinks we're taking up too much of our time, because we're keeping her busy too. With all of our subcommittee work, and look at all these pieces of paper we're producing.
That's important.
What's
Important stuff.
We're gonna be up to full strength right now. There's, unfortunately, I think. Lincoln keeps on trying to, I'm not saying they
That is not what I'm hearing.
attract the
I'm
officers.
hearing people are going over there and asking for jobs, that's what I'm,
So,
I don't know. I'm hearing you, well, somebody got fired for some inappropriate behavior.
That's true.
And I heard another
Well, I
one
can't say.
just did not want to be here anymore.
Um,
So
It's a shame 6 people can't get along better than they do.
Yeah.
So that's why, well, I can say.
how many people are there now?
6, but I think we are full strength at the moment, or with the trainees coming in and so forth, so we'll be okay. So. That's been a challenge the last couple of years.
Well, the challenge on the public works department. Trying to get that third person, that's an issue.
Oh, it is, yeah, I agree.
Is it their problem with the salary range or?
I guess, I don't know, we've gone as far as we've gone way up, like 25%, or, you know.
But you've gotten good people, the town is attractive. Good
Oh, yeah.
people.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna
Yeah.
eventually,
Kippy
someone
and,
here, yeah.
and Mike Donahue, and you've got Mike, you have the Mike,
I am-
and Kippy, those are all very good people.
You got
on
Mike,
our
Mike
team.
Incorporated.
yeah,
We
That's it.
we had a good team.
At the
We-
beginning
we
of the
attracted
season,
people.
I let everybody know that if you were short on somebody plowing, I would be willing to go out and plow, but I never heard anything, so I
know.
have to presume that that's.
Yeah, well, they're fine, but it's something we need to really work on to get someone else in there.
Good,
Yeah, for some of the small streets, when it comes to sanding there, they're short on sanding on some of the small streets.
Yeah.
I know, I'm on one. of the
You know, it's
small
on the streets.
So,
no?
One of the streets we just didn't have go away. No. That's one of several, go.
I understand that.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
But I mean, when I say something like, it's just remind them and.
Oh, yeah,
it
they'll
gets
do it.
done. So
Yep.
I have no problem. So
Yeah, people call me, then I call my, people, and the way it works. So. You have, they've had people call, say, this isn't done with that, isn't it? He gets
You
right.
asked
he-
very nicely.
And he gets right
Oh,
over
Yeah,
there.
well, Mike and I have a good relationship.
He gets right over there.
Yeah, no, Mike and I have a good.
Okay, that's a good
relationship.
job.
Okay,
Thank you for all that.
sorry.
news. Thank you for all that news. Now we're on to subcommittee reports. And that kind of leads into what we were talking about, the master plan update. We have a subcommittee that is going very well. Folks are joining us. And wanting to be involved and share their ideas. Jackie Wilson has joined us. Robert has joined us.
That's good though, because it'll be kind of
We've got,
opposing you in
oh,
some respect.
and
There
Christina.
are really any posts.
Really?
It's just, some people want to lean to. Ahead, I'm like, go for those things, you know, they take forever.
Oh, yeah.
And look at these other possibilities on the private sector.
We have a very diverse group. You're
That's
absolutely
great.
right, Scott.
No, it's good though. That's good though.
I mean, the environment, activities, recreation, quality of life is being discussed, as well as affordable housing, as well as the infrastructure needs. And, the chief, of police is very interested in the topic. And is interested in sitting in on our meetings and helping us in any way he can. He has referred us to the city of Franklin, who is doing an unbelievable job,
They do
unbelievable job,
downtown.
unbelievable job. In planning their future. He showed me the videos, and so he is going to attend our meetings and give his input from his perspective. Who else do we have that have, oh, Igor Billy,
That'll be good.
very interested. And Jackie has some guy named Brian, who knows a bit about affordable housing, is joining us. The group is growing. And that is a good thing. That is a really, really good thing, because you're gonna have an awful lot of viewpoints raised. And you're gonna have an awful lot of ambassadors from the community to help us. explain this or to help us, put together something that might make sense for us. So, in your, packet of information are our draft minutes. And, we are, keeping minutes, that they don't need to be approved by this group, because it's a subcommittee, but you can see the various topics that we're talking about, no votes are being taken, no decisions being made, no definitive direction being identified. It's just folks feeling free to share their thoughts and comments for 2 hours at night. And the conversation just flows from the lake resources we have to activities we might want to see. Bowling came up, but other things for people to do while they're here. Robert brought up signage, good signage, to identify some of the resources we have available for folks to enjoy. I mean, they're talking about everything under the sun. And so the minutes are being prepared, thanks to Christina, in sort of bullet form. Just, not Christina, Kathy.
That's close.
Kathy, you were doing them at first, but Kathy, they're just bullet point. So read them, join us whenever you want. We're meeting again on, next Monday. And, we're inviting the public, we're posting it on the, website, on the door. Everybody is welcome to come. We had, Damien showed up last time. He was in the library, checking out a book, and he thought this sounded interesting over here, and then he came and gave his perspective from a seasonal resident. He's here, enjoying the winter season. So we're getting all kinds of, views. So feel free to, give your 2 cents worth. And we fully realize that it comes to this board, once we've kind of gathered together a bunch of ideas, we fully realize, that it comes to the planning board to pick and choose, the ideas we like to bring forward to the citizen to see what they think about it. And we're kind of thinking 5 years and 10 years out. And the one thing that we keep circling back to is, infrastructure. What we have for sewer and water and where it is, what we have for communication, including television and telephone and all kinds of communication, Wi-Fi. We don't have access everywhere in town, sewer, water, or communication needs cannot be met everywhere. And that is something that determines where things are gonna happen,
Oh, yeah.
period.
An interesting point of conversation, if it's not inappropriate, I talked to Fidium. Fidium is willing to come and do the entire town of Woodstock in fiber if the town will put up a bond for a portion of it. And I looked over the high level details, and it is not unreasonable. So if we have a lot of areas in town that don't have any types of service, Pat's done this that plenty of times with.
Yeah, That is a prime example. of why-
Charlotte has been working on that. I'll get info from her for the next time. Because
Yes.
she's been working on grants and things like that on that. That's not my end.
Right,
She's taken that on hers, but I'll ask her to give us an update on that.
but let us know, because we're interested in all of these topics, all of them are all interrelated.
Yeah.
To our
We
being,
have that down the lake and it's cheaper.
yeah.
And it works really well here.
So we-
Get a good gig on fiber, no problem. Yeah.
We want,
We have fiber at the end. You can get fiber in town some places. a
yeah,
couple.
we wanna hear about it, we wanna hear
Well,
about it.
Like on Main Street.
You're right next to the phone switch.
Exactly. You got it, yeah.
If they can't get it to go, then I'll run the wire. It's
No,
like
no,
10 feet.
I totally agree. We have fiber, but and they have expanded, even Spectrum's put some fiber in too. But again, I don't know where it goes.
There are fibers in town now. There's fibers on my street.
Really?
Yeah, right now, I could get, First Light, I could get a gig for $300 a month in my house.
Expensive.
Yeah,
And
well,
the average person could.
no, I can do it because I'm in the industry. I-
Sure,
I know who
absolutely,
To
yeah.
talk to and I can make it happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm gonna get it for, $100 like video would be less than that.
Yeah.
So we're interested, and Jackie Wilson is aware of somebody who knows of another concept, to provide affordable housing. So, and she found out he lives in Woodstock, so he just definitely wants to participate in these plans also. So Jackie's gonna, invite Brian, who seems to know about affordable housing. So the thing is just taking on a life of its own. It's just enthusiasm. It's just, I gave a little talk at Rotary, just telling them what we were doing, just to get the word out that we're taking this seriously.
Well, let's,
And the thing
So-
is,
let's go.
no one idea excludes any other.
Nope,
No,
I mean, they
No.
can all be addressed and all be sought after.
right.
So,
So the subdivision regulation update. We.
We
Where
have
are
a
we on
draft
that?
of the regulation, which, I think was sent out to all of the members. There are a couple of sections that we may or may not want to update as, in order to be in alignment with the floodplain regulation, assuming that it gets passed.
Right.
So we might want to wait until after the
Right.
vote.
And never mind, we wanna wait till after town meeting, because who knows, the makeup of this board
Yeah.
may change. We're kind
I,
of,
I
some
would,
of us might not be here tomorrow.
I hope, but we have no problem with floodplain, because it's just kind of a
right,
recognition of federal law.
Right.
You know, and without, if we don't pass it, anybody in the floodplain will not be able to get flood insurance.
we have 100 copies of the draft with the old language, new language, that people can pick up at the desk as they walk in. It is a discussion at the meeting, not on the ballot, it's at the meeting.
I thought the
So-
floodplain's on the ballot.
No, it doesn't say to be. Is it?
I thought it was on the ballot.
I'm
I,
pretty sure
I
it's
could be
on
Is
wrong.
it on the ballot? Okay, wait a minute, it's in here. All right,
I'm pretty sure it's on, again, I could be wrong.
well,
The new one's out already?
yes, yes. It may be, but anyway, we thought it wise to have 100 copies of it down there so they can pick it up. When either they, go into. vote.
When they go into.
It's a discussion at the
Yeah, I
meeting.
think it's a.
It's a
Is that-
discussion
okay.
at the meeting, it's not on the ballot.
I thought it was.
It's not on the ballot. So we have 100 copies people can pick up and bring home and read it, or bring it back to the meeting or whatever. We decided to do that to get the information out.
Well, I think we basically did the least restrictive
Absolutely.
possibly thing we could do. You know what I mean? So,
And just in case questions come up. That night, do you wanna be the spokesperson for the board, or do you want me to be? What do you wanna do, in case somebody asks a question about it? I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But if you would like to be, because you did a lot of the work on it. Or just take it by as it comes.
Yeah.
Let's just take it as
Let's
it
take
comes,
it as it comes.
see what the questions are, all right. But, any one of us be prepared to, when
I'm not gonna be able to be there tomorrow.
okay,
Because my wife's got a medical thing.
I can speak to it too.
all right,
Okay,
all right,
yeah,
just so we're not,
I'm intending to be there, but there's always the.
All right.
Yeah,
possibility
I'll
something
I'll
could
speak
happen
to it,
with
Bonnie.
my-
okay, you
Yeah.
can speak.
Because
to it.
because I'm on both, I can kind of.
All right, we'll just be prepared to answer a question. Margaret, has done a bit of research on, finding more affordable floodplain insurance options. A bit of work we have to do,
Yeah, there's,
but,
another level of being, I can't remember the exact term, but there's a certified community level that you can apply to with FEMA that having jumped through a few hoops, they give you discounts on the floodplain insurance. That apply to everyone in the community.
Okay,
The town has to apply for that status, has to demonstrate this, that they've got maps and a few other darn things that they.
well, we can look at
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, we can put it together
The
somehow.
first couple of steps are basically just communication. So
And
we
then
should
see
be
how
able
it
to do
goes.
some of that
Yeah.
right away. And then some of it is actually putting some infrastructure in place and some of it is. changing
Following the
some
rules, which we
regulations.
don't, we
And-
haven't been doing.
Right,
Except for the last few years, you know,
So-
a lot has gone on that
yeah, and some of it,
shouldn't have.
Yeah,
some of it will be taking some action that costs the town some money, so. That may be more difficult, but
But I think we should pursue it, just if there is an option to make the insurance more affordable, we gotta. at least
I don't think there's a
try.
ton of people in floodplain, but you know, there are some for sure, yeah.
There are, and I don't.
there are a few, and some of the prices that we heard in the last meeting,
Yeah.
that they was bringing up astronomical, I couldn't believe it.
What,
Like 30,000 and,
$30,000-$40,000 for
Yeah.
flood insurance.
down, we had a camp down the Cape that my sister just took over, it was 11,000 a year for flood insurance. 600 square foot house, you know, so it's like seven.
and some
It's a
people, like,
lot, it's a lot,
I think some people in town are going without it because of.
because it's so expensive.
Yeah, so we're going to look into that.
But if you
Um,
build it according to the floodplain rules now, you don't need flood insurance.
That's right,
You know, if you build a new property or bring it into compliance,
right.
that's an option for them too, if it gets that expensive.
That's probably the best option. Of all. And there is a spring conference, and I took a copy of it here in my package somewhere, the date and everything on it. We have it. Liz?
April 29.
April 29th. Anybody can, it's Zoom, you don't drive to Concord or anything anymore, you just attend it. Takes up most of your Saturday, so if anybody is interested, we need to sign up by Friday, I think.
And next week, I'll put together when these.
Oh, there is,
When these meetings are gonna
Yeah,
be,
definitely.
intro meetings for these kickoff meetings for these other projects.
Yeah.
So I'll put everything on the email list.
awesome. Awesome, because I think we will wanna go.
We kind of put everything off till after town meeting, because there's a lot, really is a lot going on.
So if anybody wants to tune into this thing, conference, let me know and I'll put your name on the list and I usually listen in on it. And then we found the second one.
There's a floodplain thing.
Yeah,
April 4th.
then on April 4th is to enhance the best practices for effective local floodplain management on April 4th.
I've signed up for that one.
You signed up.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
You got that one?
And so they need advance, no, they want that. Well, anyway, those are real, good places to get up to date on things.
What has been people's
Was that you won't, I won't be here.
thoughts on zoning when you've had these open meetings?
We don't even talk about it and we make it clear. We make it clear, this is not a person to zoning, we make it clear
All right.
that
No,
we're
I-
not trying to backdoor zoning, or we're not, that isn't the purpose of this.
That's a discussion you really don't want to open up. here.
Oh, I'm just curious, I'm just curious.
We haven't let them talk about it.
Uh,
Planning, we're planning.
Okay,
We're planning. But they're taking it at that, they're not in the audience
They're not complaining.
screaming at us that you gotta pursue zoning, they're not complaining about our approach. But we haven't brought the word up. And town meeting preparation, I just, the discussion with the flood insurance. And you're gonna do the-
I'll address that.
Okay, and a reminder to whoever gets elected here. To the different positions, you've got to go to the town office and get sworn in, whoever. And then whoever doesn't, get elected. And then, of course, at the next meeting, we'll consider the options for alternates. And you might, whoever doesn't make it might not be totally out of luck. can participate just as much as we do as an alternate, you know.
They
so-
might be in luck.
Right. What's that? What did-
They might be in luck if they don't make.
It feels that way.
So, if you make it through the ballot process, you've got to go, get sworn in. And if you don't, come to the next meeting and. see
You
what
may
we
get
can
sworn
do.
in again.
You might get appointed. All right,
Regarding that,
yes,
we'll need to deal with, appointments and things like that. Are we going with the practice of at least looking to appoint somebody that actually ran? Rather than randomly picking someone that didn't run over someone that did run?
we only have one exception to that rule, and that is, John Payne expressed interest. To be appointed, and we basically said so close to the election that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna appoint him now, so he might be the only other candidate.
Yeah, but at least he expressed that.
He expressed it before.
Yeah.
In my opinion is that he should be on the list of considerations, because he did come with a formal letter and came, and we didn't appoint him that night. We said it was so close to the election,
Sure.
please wait.
Yeah, he did it well before the fact.
Well, let's see how things shake
So
out.
let's see
But
how we
you have
shake out.
somebody that.
Because we're going to have 8 people. We have 8 people for 4 slots.
Mhm.
We got extras. We definitely have 4 extras. And we also have to look to see how many alternates we can have. And,
I thought you could have 2, I don't know,
2, I
2,
think.
that's
2,
in my
I think.
head, but,
That's in my head, but I don't know that that's.
but anybody can
that's
come to the meeting,
Anybody can come to the meeting, and they can be on these subcommittees.
sure.
Right. We can definitely not discourage them too much. We can find plenty of work for them to do. But, and that's a wonderful thing. 8 people expressing interest to be on this board. All right. Correspondence received. Really, you've got the 2. No other that we talked about the trainings. Any other business? Anything?
Patrick's last meeting with us, isn't it?
Yes, Patrick. Is this your, last-
Yes,
is this your last meeting with us?
I guess so.
We're gonna miss you tomorrow.
We're gonna miss
Yeah,
you.
well, not only that, because my head's all screwed up, I didn't even get an absentee ballot. Because
Oh,
Oh, no.
I missed that deadline.
Oh. Dear, when
it-
did you get back?
Somewhere around Memorial Day, give or take.
No,
Give or
good for
take.
you.
Well, you can certainly listen in, you can certainly come.
How are the dogs?
The dog's fine.
Okay,
He's doing good. Hey, Bonnie, I'm gonna ask you a question and I want the Reader's Digest version, not the Bonnie Ham version.
All right, what's the question?
Who's running? Who are the 8 people that are running?
There are 7 running, and it's Robert and myself, and it's, Lee Freeman. It's, Igor
Igor,
Billy,
yeah.
Jerry's running, there's a Kathy Cardino or something, I don't know who she is, and I've got the list. And I think that's. I must have missed one. Oh,
you, yes,
oh, Christina.
Okay,
And then Christina, so we have
Yeah.
7 on the ballot. And they're all races. Each one of the categories, somebody's gonna get selected and somebody isn't.
that's a
So,
first,
that's a
Yeah.
first,
that I can remember.
that's a first. So that's a wonderful.
Yeah,
program.
I think what's going on too is a lot of people are upset that something's happening and a lot of people think that it shouldn't happen. Some people, I mean, it's really a lot of opposite opinions in town, I think, about what.
And I think it's a diverse group of folks. It's gonna be a board made up of all kinds of opinions. Thank you for your service, Patrick, and I'm sure you're not gonna be a stranger. We're gonna
Oh,
see-
it's been a lot. Yeah, well, now I can at least come and just be a thorn in your side.
All right, okay.
You're good at that.
Yeah.
You're good at that.
Yes,
It's what, 11, it's like 11 years I've been sitting on this board in one capacity or another, either appointed or elected, so
Well,
I guess I've done my time. Not as long as Bonnie, but
no.
I've done my time.
Well, thank you very, very much, and you come be a thorn in our side.
All right.
We welcome it. We
All
welcome your presence. Thank you.
We'd be lonely without you.
Any other business or public participation or anything? All right, we're gonna adjourn.
That's, wow,
That's
Bonnie, that's a record for you.
Every
I
time.
Oh,
mean, half an hour.
It could have been,
Come on.
you. And look how much stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can we be selling any
Jerry,
shares
okay.
What?
in this?
It's all sold. I mean, we sold the, that stuff all we want, I think, but, we sold ladies, we sold,
Okay.
I knew about the three things that were auctioned off.
I like this other stuff we want to get rid of.
I would
Yeah, we
think
can
so.
just keep, let's keep all this stuff. Let's not throw it away. Let's keep it. In case we need it.
all right, good night, everyone.
Good night. Good
I'll
night.
see you, I'll see you all when I get back.
Required
Right, so I'm saying,
the,
None of that's, not able to get much,
tax.
the only, I don't think much of it is.
By one, anything that is. And then the town collects the tax.
Sure.
Pay
I
back.
think.
Anybody, that- yeah, yeah,
They gotta track down and pay back.
I guess
Right.
we talked about it.
that's what happened with that little piece now.
But I wrote that.
It sold,
Well.
Guess
it's
we
6 or
talked about
7,000
it.
more than